Edie Lush, and I'm inside the Ice House here at the Hub Culture Pavilion. Very pleased to be joined by Abigail Noble. Thanks so much for coming along.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
CEO of the ImPact. Now tell me what you do, first of all.
Sure. So the ImPact is a nonprofit. It's co-founded by 12 visionary families, members of the Rockefeller, Pritzker, Ford, Omidyar, Case, Phillips, and many other families, who believe that we can use the power of capital markets to create greater social and environmental good. We're really about impact investing. How do you align your values with the value that your investments create?
And tell me some examples about the kind of things that you've done.
Sure. So we at the ImPact, we do research, we write reports. We also have a data platform which aggregates transaction level data across asset classes, sectors, geographies that help families make more informed impact investment decisions. And then we do discussions and meetings like we're doing today here at the Ice House. So we're pleased to partner with MIT to host a session called How Do You Solve Problems That Help 1 billion people around the world? And some of the families that we work with, they look at how they can create greater social and environmental impact through their investments. So for example, the Rockefeller family and through the Rockefeller Brothers Fund decided to divest of fossil fuels and positively invest in things like renewable energy and inclusive finance and community building. Another family that we work with, the Phillips family, is based in North Carolina, and they saw that there was a huge problem with homelessness. And they work with real estate businesses. Their family has one of the largest real estate holdings in the southeast of the US, and they said, how can we use our experience and our expertise with real estate to extend access to affordable, high quality housing and cure homelessness? And they were able to do that in a few counties in North Carolina. Many families are looking at things like renewable energy, clean water, access to healthcare. There's a series of affordable, high-qualty healthcare clinics across Brazil that has become one of the largest social businesses down there. So,
do you feel like social businesses, is that the business model that you think works?
I do. I think over the long run, when you think about the community, when you think about the environment, when you think about all of the stakeholders, you have a better business model. You have better risk-adjusted returns over the long run. I think over the short term, it's hard. Our incentives are aligned to maximize financial profit at whatever cost. And in the medium term and the long term, when you take that approach, it hits your bottom line. You have greater risks with your community management, with your community involvement, with your supply chain in terms of natural resources. Your reputation and your brand loyalty goes down. So I think it's a challenge that we face in this day and age to say, how do we move from a short-term mentality? How do we move from a short-term mentality to more long-term thinking?
How fast is impact investing growing?
Yeah, so that's a good question because it is growing quite fast, but at the same time it started off from a very small place. So in 2008, I think it was something like 8 billion in aggregate. It's now over 100 billion, somewhere between 100 and 150 billion. But in the scale and the scheme of global assets under management, that's still, a rounding error, a drop in the bucket. What we're seeing though is a lot more investors are incorporating in different forms of environmental and social impact metrics. They're layering that as screens into the investment decision-making process. So the interest in impact investing is growing, but it's starting off at a very small level. So each year we get more and more impact investment and more impact investment opportunities, but we're still a long way off from it becoming mainstream.
Abigail, thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion.
Pleasure.
It's heating up here in the Ice House. At last I'm warm in Davos. I'm Edie Lush.